Muy buenas, estamos con Jennifer Haben de Beyond the Black, una de las bandas que más está creciendo en el mundo del heavy metal a día de hoy, sobre todo en el aspecto de grupos con ese nuevo sonido, esa nueva ola que quizás se puede estar viendo en algunas bandas. Así que como no tenemos mucho tiempo porque hemos tenido unos problemillas al principio, voy a presentarla y vamos a hablar con ella. Hey Jennifer, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Ah, you're welcome. You're always welcome here. You are wearing
Thank
a hat like me.
Yeah, I am. I'm actually on the road, like always. So, yeah, just stopping here to do the interview, or interviews.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that a lot of people are interested in what we do.
Mhm. So you're touring now.
No, we're just
Okay,
having a lot of other stuff, promotional stuff and all that. Yeah.
okay.
But the
Just
tour
promotional
tour
stuff.
is over since I think
See,
one or
November
two
12th
weeks.
or something like that.
Yeah, something like this. It's
Hmm.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, you release your upcoming album Beyond the Black, but why have you decided to release an album with the name of the band now?
Now, yeah, it's the fifth album. So, yeah, of course you have to ask this. But I'm, I don't know, but I have to start with the past 2 years, 3 years, where everyone was thinking more about deeper stuff, I think. I know a lot of people that did. So in my personal life, but also with Beyond the Black, we were faced to really think about, okay, what is what we want? What is what I want? Are we on the right path? And all of that stuff. And we really had the time to do this. And we got to know our fans much better than ever before and all of that stuff. So this was the reason why we knew so good what we are when we're starting to record the album. So I think that the whole process of this album was just finding ourselves and our true selves and also the band. So it feels like super confident. I think if you're listening to the album, also I think it yeah, it sounds much more confident than every album before because I think that we know now what Beyond the Black is.
Hmm. So, in terms of a part of the confidence you are talking about, in terms of music, what do you think you have changed before, if you compare it with the music you were doing before?
When you think about the first albums, it was a lot of symphonic metal. So we started with classical symphonic metal with a rock voice, but we also had one album with Horizons that was super experimental. So it was also like a personal stuff. So I was experimenting a lot during this time. I was writing a lot with different people because I wanted to know what is out there. And so all of this is combined in this album, but with a lot of confidence. So yeah, Horizons. I think if you compare Horizons and this album, it's totally different. Um, but it also has a bit of this experimental sound. If you're listening to Is There Anybody Out There, for example. Um, so we kept some of these experimental stuff because we loved it, but also, yeah, went a bit back to what we did before. But I think it was, yeah, it's still a step forward with the sound, what we did, concentrating on guitars and drums and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mhm. And was it this kind of change of style in your music which makes you change? I don't know if it was a couple of years ago from Napalm Records to Nuclear Blast Records.
It's the first album with Nuclear Blast.
Yeah.
So
Was it the main reason for this change, or what was
it
the or what were the reasons because you changed from Napalm to Nuclear Blast?
It's not the main reason, but it's definitely one of the big reasons why. Because we were always in the German-speaking area with Universal, but also had like Napalm with the outside of German-speaking area. I think three albums, 2-3 albums. But now we have a totally new team. It feels like a new start with all of the new people there, and also we've grown personally as well. So sometimes it's good to have a new start, to start from that point where you are right now and not fighting for people that don't really get how you change. I was 18 when I was starting Beyond the Black, so I'm a different person now, and it feels like they think more that I'm a woman than the team before. You know what I mean? So it feels like a kind of new start, and all of that is maybe the reason why this all feels so confident, and that we named it Beyond the Black.
You're now definitely in your best moment of popularity in that way, because you had this huge tour across Europe, and you've been playing in festivals. So which one do you think are the highlights of your career that made you grow as a band until the moment you are right now,
I think that a big thing always was to play Wacken every year. It was not every single year, but in the beginning it was every year, so we could really see a difference from year to year. You cannot compare any other situation when you're doing another festival that has not that many people, or I don't know, you cannot compare this. But with this festival, we were starting with the tent, and then it was packed, and then to the party stage, and then to the main stage. So you could see that this was a big, that we were like going like this. So I think this is something that helped us to see this, and but also all the other stuff, like doing support for Within Temptation, perfect fit, I think. So all of these stuff, there were some stuff that I think was not the best for the band, but you have to try to know, So but there was a lot of stuff that was really good.
And this last tour with as co-headliners with Amaranth and with Ad Infinitum and Butcher Babies, how important has it been for the band?
Very important as a person as well, because it was the first tour after not being able to tour, so you could feel that we were on tour like 6 weeks, and you could feel it in the air, like everyone was so precious and happy to be there and to do what we love. And also, of course, that the people in front of the stages were so happy and gave us the energy that we needed, and we could give it back. That's what we love, that's why we do it. So this was super important to continue everything around the band.
As you said, it's been important, not in terms of popularity for the band, but it's been important for you as a person. Do you feel you've grown on stage after this tour? Because a part of the shows with Beyond the Black, you were singing some Make It Better with Amaranth in some of the shows. So which difference have you felt in yourself in terms of being a front woman singing for the crowd?
Difference in doing a feature and in doing my own set, or
No,
what is
in yourself, in your way of feeling in the shows, you know?
from this tour to another tour before, you mean?
Yeah.
Or other? Okay. I would say that this what I just described, like this being precious, and that this is that we were so happy to do this. We were also, yeah, this made a lot for this whole tour. I wasn't sick at all, so I had a lot of positive um energy. I think, I'm not sure, but that was the best tour I've ever did. I was always on every single tour I was sick, but this time I was not,
You've been
because
lucky
I
this
was
time.
yeah, I've been lucky, but also super happy, and I saw a lot of stuff, not just the venues, and yeah, the whole tour was just amazing. But also being on stage, it felt so, I wanted to give everyone in front of these stages what I feel right now. So I wanted to give this to everyone out there, and I think it was much more than I ever did before. So yeah, it was a lot of emotions, I think.
And what's the next step for Beauty Black? I mean, you're releasing now this album, but especially in terms of touring, now
Mhm.
you've done that kind of tour as a co-headliner with another big band as Amaranth. What's the next step for you, or what are you planning?
I think that we are planning something similar, but not co-headlining. So as a headliner,
Mhm.
hopefully very soon, and hopefully we can release it very soon. But there are a lot of thoughts about this. But yeah, of course, if you have asked me like 3 years ago, we would have known that like 2 years of a plan or 3 years of a plan. But this time, this industry is still fucked up. So half a year is good to have a plan. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But festivals, of course, and this tour, hopefully soon.
But
That's this is the plan.
it could be another tour, but after the festivals or before?
Maybe after the festivals.
Okay. And
Yeah.
with bands like, for example, you, Beyond Black, or Amaranth, for example, you could be named as the new wave of heavy metal bands. Alexa is talking.
That's nice. She's
Uh,
always
y-
listening.
yeah. So you could be named as the new generation of heavy metal bands. Do you feel inside that kind of movement? There is a new wave or a new movement of heavy metal in Europe, like bands with your sound or similar?
I think so. I'm not sure. I never thought about it. I know that it's funny because our band is has started in 2014, so it's like 8 years. So it doesn't
But
feel
you're
super
young.
new for us. But I'm young, and also Amaranth is a super. They do also music that is for super young people. So it feels like a new wave. But Amaranth, I don't know how long they have been on tour and doing stuff. 10, 15 years.
Yeah, but
So
it's supposed to, for example, Sabaton or Volbeat or that kind of
yeah,
bands which are touring for the last 20 years are the new generation, and they've been playing
yeah,
for 20 years. So that
yeah.
that thing of new generation is it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. I think somebody like Ginger and
Yep.
Spirit Box and all of these are super new, and they are definitely the new wave. We are also like somewhere in between, I think, but yeah, we're just working hard to come to the
Yeah.
level of these bands.
And before finishing the interview, I could let you know if you can remember which was your first show ever as in the audience.
My first what?
Show, your first concert.
Show.
Yeah.
In an audience in general for me.
Yeah. It's like a new section
would...
we are doing now in our media. Your first concert.
I was 4 years old. So I was singing in front of people with 4 years. So yeah, it was very early. I started very early.
Can you remember the name of the band or what it was?
It was not a band.
City?
It was not a band. It was a solo stuff in a church. I was singing a children's song, but I was doing it in front of people, and then I started to do it in the choir with 5 and all that stuff. So I was on stages since I can think.
And the first band you went to a concert in your life, which was?
Oh, that was late because I was doing it myself, doing concerts. So there was no weekend I wasn't doing it. So there was no weekend to go on concerts. I think the first time was when I was 14, or I'm not sure, but I didn't went often to a concert. Nowadays I'm much more often on a concert because it's also inspiring, of course, but as well I know also that aspect that we didn't have the opportunity to go there a long time. So yeah, I try to do that more often now.
Can you remember which band you went to see when you were 14 or something like that? Your first band?
Do you know DJ Bobo?
DJ?
Bobo?
I don't know. It's a German DJ. I don't know.
Yeah. It's okay. With dancing and all that stuff. Yeah, my I don't know how to say it in English, but in somebody that I know, she took me there, and I didn't really knew what it is, so I just went there, and it was fun. But it's big, it's huge. Yeah.
And the last question: are you a soccer fan? Because yesterday Spain was playing against Germany.
I know. I saw it, and of course I'm somebody who has a flag on their face and all that stuff, so I love it. But yeah, I was more into it the last time that we had to play, but also if we're continue to win, then it's more interesting for me. But at the moment everything is fine.
Yeah.
I was sad when Spain was doing that first thing.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
So well, Jennifer, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And do you have a message for your Spanish fans?
I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that is supporting every single band out there that he loves, and also us, of course, coming to the concerts, buying merch, all of that stuff is so important for the people out there. So yeah, thank you, and we hope to see them very soon. And yeah, that's it.
Let's see. So hope to see you very soon here in Spain again, and take care.
Thank you, you too.
Bye bye.
Have a great day. Bye bye.